It has been some months now since the devastating earthquake in Haiti. We will never know how many people died in that earthquake. It's certainly upward of 250,000 people, if we can imagine that. And in very significant ways, it has struck home to many of us. Our lector today, Ronald Rameau, is of Haitian origin. She has family in Haiti. Her uncle was killed. Members of her family are still living on the streets, still in Haiti. And so the question that, as a priest, I have gotten is, how does a good God permit this? Such devastation, such destruction, such suffering. Couldn't God have prevented it? God didn't have to allow all these people to suffer. Where is God in the suffering? And of course, this is an age-old question, innocent suffering. Way back, Job, you'll remember, that's the 6th century BCE. An innocent and just man suffers and wants to know why, but he doesn't get a satisfactory answer. Basically, out of the whirlwind, God says to Job at the end of the story, I'm sorry, were you around when I created the world? Do you move the stars and the moon and the sun? You will not understand all of my ways, but know that I will be with you in the suffering. I will not abandon you. And I'm afraid that it may not always be a satisfying answer for us, but if there's any day when perhaps we can be aligned with the suffering of Christ, it is this Passion Sunday. Because we hear that gospel that an innocent man suffered. And so yes, we suffer innocently, and we don't understand it, and it doesn't make sense, and we can't explain it. Yet today, the beginning of this Holy Week, we remember and pray to a God who loves us so much that he chose to take on our suffering, to endure it, to not be separate from it, but to be with us in it. And that's why we find consolation. Not because we have answers to why we suffer. Humanity is imperfect. Creation is imperfect. And we will suffer and go through hard times. But today, this Passion Sunday, what we remember is we have a God who does not abandon us in the suffering. A God who suffers with us, wipes the tears away. A God who is living on the streets in Haiti. A God who is wiping the tears from those who continue to mourn the loss of loved ones. What I believe in my heart is that the suffering hurts even God. And yet, in God's infinite wisdom, creation is such that it happens anyway because of the imperfection of this creation. What we want to remember today is that we're not alone in it. What we celebrate today is also that 3 days later, something else gives way. A boulder rolls away, and new life emerges. This day, we hold on to the promise of that new life with the promise of a God who has not abandoned us.